We've had the Euros 2020 plus one, we're having the Olympics 2020 plus one, and now we've got Georgie and Tom 2020 plus one. This year, not even COVID could stop this wedding from happening. Georgie and Tom have had a frustrating wait, but now it has happened. I'm sure the wait has definitely been worthwhile. A couple of years ago, I received a phone call from Tom. It says, "Can I have permission to ask Georgie for her hand in marriage?" It wasn't necessary. To be honest, I was really honoured that he'd asked. And I may have said, well, go on then, why not? Today it has been my privilege to escort a very beautiful, clever, compassionate and extremely loving young lady down the aisle.
Georgie, we've always been so close. Having a sister is the best thing I could have. Most importantly, you've been my personal stylist. I still live for the days you clear out your wardrobe so I have new pieces for mine. But I do promise I will never copy your wedding dress. I remember seeing you with Tom for the first time all those years ago. It made me happy because I could see how happy he made you. It really has been a pleasure to see you both grow together as a couple, from you saying you love each other, from moving to London together and to getting your fur babies, Theo and Archie, to developing in your careers and supporting one another even when times are hard. You've always been there for each other and I really admire that. Watching you both makes me realise true love does exist, and one day I hope to find what you both have together.
I've known Tom since the age of 4, and we've been friends pretty much all this time. So I've known Tom through primary school, where he was prone to regularly crying, for no real reason, not really sure why. It could have been due to the fact that we would kick each other in the shins in our made-up game called Choo Choo Taxi Wars. I've known him through secondary school, where Tom was a smart lad but took a bit more of a relaxed approach to schoolwork. And we started going to gigs together, listening to various random emo bands. You'd also find us arguing about who was the best goalkeeper.
Forming photographs alone, newfound wanderings, smiles come upon, tying strings to rain clouds, carving room for love forgone. Footprints disappear below, sun and gravity, less than what we know. Time was waiting for us to find ourselves and lose control. never want to let this go. Into the cold. Not afraid to fall if this is something real. Not afraid to find our way whenever what we feel might roam. Time can only make this glow. This firestone. Waking up inside a dream. Future memories in the in-between. Nothing left to hold back. Your radiance is next to me. We can set the seasons free and let them be. Not afraid to fall if this is something real. Not afraid to find our way whenever what we feel might roam. Time can only make this glow.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and on behalf of the North Yorkshire Registration Service, welcome to the Tithe Bar. My name is Carol Shaw, and it gives me great pleasure to be here today to conduct this ceremony for Tom and Georgie. With me is my colleague Janice Heathcote, and she will record this very special event with all the legal paperwork that needs to be sorted. You do. Okay. Would you like to hold hands? You're over that side. Yes, that's it. Okay, so first of all, starting off with an easy one. All right. So Thomas, if you could give me your full name, please.
Thomas Harry Whitehead.
Oh, did you notice I was reminding you then? And Georgie.
Georgina Taylor.
Thank you. This place in which we are now met has been duly sanctioned according to law for the celebration of marriages. And you are gathered here to witness the joining in matrimony of Thomas Harry Whitehead and Georgina Taylor. If there is any person here today who knows of any lawful impediment to this marriage, they should declare it now. All these smiley faces are here. Before you're joined in matrimony, I have to remind you of the solemn and binding character of the vows you're about to make. Marriage in this country is the union of two people voluntarily entered into for life to the exclusion of all others. Now I'm going to ask each of you in turn to declare that you do not know of any lawful reason why you should not be married to each other. And Tom, you're going to go first. Okay. Repeat after me, please. I do solemnly declare.
I do solemnly declare
That I know not.
that I know not
Of any lawful impediment.
of any lawful impediment
Why I, Thomas Harry Whitehead.
why I, Thomas Harry Whitehead,
May not be joined in matrimony.
may not be joined in matrimony
To Georgina Taylor.
to Georgina Taylor.
I do solemnly declare.
I do solemnly declare
That I know not.
that I know not
Of any lawful impediment.
of any lawful impediment
Why I, Georgina Taylor.
why I, Georgina Taylor,
May not be joined in matrimony.
may not be joined in matrimony
To Thomas Harry Whitehead.
to Thomas Harry Whitehead.
Tom and Georgie wish to marry. For in each other's company, they found fulfilment and they found love. As a consequence of this love, they've drawn closer to each other and now wish to affirm publicly their relationship and to offer each other the security that comes from vows sincerely made and faithfully kept. Are you ready to have 5 minutes? while Lois comes forward, please. Lois, would you like to come and stand here?
Love is a friendship caught fire. Love is a friendship caught fire. It is quiet, mutual confidence, sharing and forgiving. It is loyalty through good and bad times. It settles for less than perfection and makes allowances for human weaknesses. Love is content with the present, hopes for the future, and does not brood over the past. It is the day in and day out chronicles of irritations, problems, compromises, small disappointments, big victories, and working towards common goals. If you have love in your life, it can make up for a great many things you lack. If you do not have it, no matter what else there is, it is not enough.
Told you I was possible. Marriage must be entered into freely, voluntarily, and with full and unreserved consent of you both. Therefore, do you, Tom, take Georgie here present to be your lawful wedded wife?
I do.
And do you, Georgie, take Tom here present to be your lawful wedded husband?
I do.
So now the solemn moment has come for Tom and Georgie to make their contract of marriage before you, the witnesses. So if you are able, would you all please stand? You're already standing up basically, saying your contracting words. So again, Tom, you're going to go first. I, Thomas Harry Whitehead.
I, Thomas Harry Whitehead.
Take thee, Georgina Taylor.
Take thee, Georgina Taylor.
To be my wedded wife.
To be my wedded wife.
I promise to love you tenderly.
I promise to love you tenderly.
To cherish and respect you.
To cherish and respect you.
To laugh with you and cry with you.
To laugh with you and cry with you.
To comfort you with my gentleness.
To comfort you with my gentleness.
And support you with my strength.
And support you with my strength.
To live together in love and harmony.
To live together in love and harmony.
To cherish and care for you.
To cherish and care for you.
Whatever the future may bring.
Whatever the future may bring.
I, Georgina Taylor.
I, Georgina Taylor.
Take thee, Thomas Harry Whitehead.
Take thee, Thomas Harry Whitehead.
To be my lawful wedded husband.
To be my lawful wedded husband.
I promise to love you tenderly.
I promise to love you tenderly.
To cherish and respect you.
To cherish and respect you.
To laugh with you and cry with you.
To laugh with you and cry with you.
To comfort you with my gentleness.
To comfort you with my gentleness.
And support you with my strength.
And support you with my strength.
To live together in love and harmony.
To live together in love and harmony.
To cherish and care for you.
To cherish and care for you.
Whatever the future may bring.
Whatever the future may bring.
Thank you both very much. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, if you'd like to take seats. I'm going to ask Alice now to step forward for a second.
Are we going back again? Oh, am I going back? You staying?
I promise an open mind, a loving heart, a hand to hold. I promise uninhibited laughter, unstoppable dreams, unbreakable trust. I promise to celebrate your joy, to embrace your sorrow, to strengthen your hope. Whilst I cannot promise a life without difficulty, I promise I will be there by your side throughout. I promise you this and more.
We now come to the giving of the wedding rings. This is the traditional and ancient way of sealing the contract you've made and is the outward sign of the lifelong promises that you've made to each other. So Sean, would you like to step forward with the ring? You offer that ring to Tom. Would you like to place the ring on the third finger?
Good job this one.
So if you can hold that. Georgie, I give you this ring.
Georgie, I give you this ring.
As a
as a symbol of my endless love for you.
May this ring remind us of this moment
May this ring remind us of this moment
and the commitment I have made to you.
and the commitment I have made to you.
Thank you, Sean. If you'd like to bring the next ring forward, please. Good job, Sean. If you'd like to take it. So if you'd like to place the ring, third ring there.
Good luck. Just about.
And hold the ring in place. That's it. Lovely. If you repeat after me. Tom, I give you this ring
Tom, I give you this ring
as a symbol of my endless love for you.
as a symbol of my endless love for you.
May this ring remind us of this moment
May this ring remind us of this moment
and the commitment I have made to you.
and the commitment I have made to you.
The purpose of marriage is that you may always love, care for, and support each other through all the joys and sorrows of life, and that love may be fulfilled in a relationship of permanent and continuing commitment. I'm sure everybody here today trusts that these things are true for you both. Tom and Georgie, you've both made the declarations prescribed by law, and you've made a solemn and binding contract with each other. In the presence of your witnesses, your family and friends gathered here this afternoon, it is my privilege and it's my absolute pleasure to tell you, you are now husband and wife. Congratulations.
Photographs alone. Newfound wanderings, smiles come upon, tying strings to rain clouds, carving room for love forgone.
Georgie has never accepted second best and always strived for perfection. At school, a bit like Elisa Simpson, if she got a B, she was devastated. Always an A student and a first at uni. So Tom, you must be some kind of human being. In the time that Sue and I have known Tom, we've come to realise just how special he is to Georgie and how much of a kind, caring and genuinely decent man he is. And that he'll always look after Georgie. What more could a parent hope for in their daughter's part? Your children are special to you, and you never stop worrying about them. Georgie and Tom have lived and supported each other for 8 years now, and so hopefully leaving a little bit less to be anxious about. They are obviously an extremely well-suited couple who make each other incredibly happy and clearly love each other.
So yes, I know Tom well. He loves me a lot. He's followed me around all around the country. Visits me regularly in Bristol for some reason. Then moved to London just for me. I've escaped now, but who knows, he might end up following me back to Leeds. But unfortunately, this is not mine and Tom's wedding. And he has had the pleasure of marrying Georgie Taylor. Obviously, the father of the bride, well done, great speech, has given you a great insight into Georgie, and you can see that Georgie perfect complement for Tom. She is strong-minded, and you can see how much Tom cares for Georgie. Tom regularly cooks for Georgie, well, all the time, and has even changed his diet for her, with Tom unbelievably eating some vegetables these days. Tom and Georgie's caring side also comes across when looking after their cats, which is definitely a full-time job in my opinion. So yes, finally, I'd like to say, here's to a wonderful couple that I have the utmost pleasure of knowing and calling my friends, and we're delighted to be here to celebrate, finally celebrate in style.
Now we come to my favourite part of the evening. And I've been thinking over the last few weeks how I can mark this occasion myself. This beautiful union between T and G. Thought about Tom, empathetic, gorgeous, strong-willed, big WWE fan. Thought about Georgie, an educator, fiercely loving, big Taylor Swift fan. Thought, how can we bring those two things together? So if you'll indulge me, DJ, track one, please. I'm just kidding, we're just doing the speeches. We're just doing the speeches.
There are no words. Trying to describe how I feel about you is like trying to capture a sunrise. The warmth of a log fire, the smell after a storm. There are no words that do that feeling justice. The way you see the world is inspirational. You see the best in everyone and look for the best in everything. I've been learning from you since the day we decided to move to Scarborough and what was planned as a friend's day out and ended up being our first date. And I hope that one day that you will teach our children to view the world in the same way that you do. When we're sat on the sofa, I often tell you that I'm home, because you are my home. Being home means feeling loved, feeling safe, and feeling a sense of belonging. From the moment we had a shot and a kiss in Napa's finest boots, to renting our first flat, mouse and all, I've wanted nothing more than just to be by your side. Mandy and Nick, you've raised a truly kind soul, and I thank you for this. I'm living a lottery ticket life.
First of all, I just want to say a massive thank you to every single one of you for being here today. After the past year and a half or so, it seemed like we'd never get to this point. And I know it means the world to both me and Georgie to be able to have so many friends and family here that we all love in the same place at the same time. So thank everyone for being here, and let's continue celebrating a lovely night together. So now I'd just like to say a few words about Georgie, my bride, Mrs. Whitehead. She's not used to that yet. Me and Georgie met, as we said, working at the same bar, formerly known as Napa. I was working during her first shift, and I remember the first thing I thought about was she had beautiful eyes. And then the second thing I thought was that she cannot pour a pint, which is not going to last long. Thankfully for me, she did, and she ended up working as a waitress instead, which is probably for the best. It's meant over time we became close friends before there was anything romantic between us. In fact, I even joked about being the best man at her wedding after she kissed one of our mutual friends on a night out. Thankfully for me, I managed to upgrade and make myself a groom, so it worked out. We were in together for a couple of months before I told her that I'd marry her one day, and I didn't mess about because 8.5 years later, here we are. Truthfully, I knew after our first date that she was the one. I knew after our first kiss. I knew after we met each other's family, and they both welcomed each other's into the family. I knew after I called you a smitten kitten for the first time and you blushed just like that. I knew after you didn't kick me out when I turned up at your mum and dad's blind drunk and passed out in the bathroom. I knew after we moved into the tiniest flat in London, didn't get sick of each other's company. I knew after you had a meltdown in the supermarket when we couldn't afford the expensive ice cream. I knew after we supported each other through losing some very important people who I know we both wish could be here today. I know after you helped me raise our 2 beautiful cat babies. I knew after seeing you put so much effort in with all my friends. I knew after seeing what a caring and kind-hearted person you are. I knew after all the cosy nights in front of the sofa. I knew after every festival gig, husky or wolf adventure. I knew after you put up with me annoying you every possible moment throughout the last 18 months. And I know right here and right now that you're the best decision I ever made in my life, and I love you.
Right, this is it. The big finale. Are we all excited? Yeah. A bit more of that, come on. Yeah. This is the last time we get to cheer at everyone. Come on!